before we start solving this equation, let's rearrange it so that we have dy over dx on one side. So dy over dx will be equal to x cubed plus y cubed over xy squared. And then what we can do next is multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 over x cubed. I've already explained why I'm doing that before in my previous videos. So multiply the numerator so what I'll end up with is dy over dx will be equal to x cubed plus y cubed multiplied by 1 over x cubed over xy squared multiplied by 1 over x cubed. All right, so this will simplify to dy over dx will be equal to 1 plus y cubed over x cubed over xy squared over x cubed, which can just be written as y squared over x squared, if that makes sense. And this will simplify to I can write it in the next, yep, over here. So this will be simple to dy over dx will be equal to 1 plus y over x to power 3 over y over x to power 2. And probably you can see the reason why I was heading that direction, because we want to make the substitution. Now we can say suppose let's v is equals to y over x, which means that our differential equation here will change to dy over dx is equals to 1 plus v cubed over v squared. All right, it will change into that. But let's go back to our substitution and do something else. So what I want to do here is, we know that if we let that to be that, we can rewrite it as y is equals to vx, and then just use the product rule. So dy over dx will be equal to v d over dx of x plus x d over dx of v. So what we end up with is dy over dx will be equal to v plus x dv over dx. All right. And now what you're going to do is to equate these guys. All right. So what we end up with is, if we equate them, we'll end up with dy, basically v plus x dv over dx will be equal to 1 plus v cubed over v squared. Now multiply both sides by v squared, so v cubed plus v squared x dv over dx will be equal to 1 plus v cubed. Okay, and then what we can do next is cancel these guys. All right, our equation becomes much simpler, and so what we have is v squared x dv over dx is equal to 1. Now remember, this is a separable differential equation, which means you can go ahead and separate the variables. So we'll end up with v squared dv will be equal to 1 over x dx. And then we can go ahead and integrate each side. So if we integrate each side, we'll end up with a v cubed over 3. So we'll end up v cubed over 3 will be equal to ln x plus c. All right. Now in the equation, we haven't been told whether x is greater than. You can write ln of absolute value of x at this stage. All right, because we don't know whether x is greater than 0, so you can write ln absolute value of x plus c, if that makes sense. Sometimes you'll be told whether x is greater than 0, because you can have a logarithm of a negative number. Anyway, we can carry on. So we can make multiply both sides by 3, so we'll end up with a v cubed is equals to 3 ln absolute value of x plus 3 multiplied by c. You can write 3c, or you can just write v cubed, which is y over x. So we can go ahead and say y over x cubed is equals to 3 ln absolute value of x plus, I'm going to combine these two guys to just give me something like a, another constant, because it's just a constant. So, and then you end up with y cubed over x cubed is equals to 3 ln absolute value of x plus a, which can be, you can go further and simplify further, but I'm trying to go back and looking at, the initial condition that you're given, the boundary condition, or the known values that we have in the beginning. So let's plug them in here. So we'll say at x is equals to 1 and y is equals to 3. Maybe it's just easy to plug them at this stage. So we'll have 27 over, so this will become 27 over 1 will be equal to 3 ln 1 plus a, which means this means that a is equals to 27. All right. So which means that our equation here will become y cubed over x cubed will be equal to 3 ln x plus 27. Now, have they find the particular solution? So anyway, we can just carry on and make y the subject of the formula. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, so what we'll end up with is multiply both sides by x cubed. So you'll end up with y cubed is equals to 3x cubed ln x plus 27 x cubed. So y will be equal to the cube root of 3x cubed ln x plus 27 x cubed. All right.